Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. Hey guys, Big Paul here today with Chris from Classic Iron Fitness. How's it going, Chris?
I'm doing well.
Chris, I bumped into Chris at the gym the other weekend. I was working out, and Chris rolls up to me and he's like, "You're a guy that looks like those gyms." And we got to talking, and Chris, in his Classic Iron Fitness page on Instagram, he goes around and reviews different gyms all over the country, and it's a really, really cool concept and neat thing that he does. And I've scrolled through his page and looked at some of the stuff, and it's really neat. And I wanted to have Chris on to talk about it. So if you guys are looking for neat gyms to go to across the country, I'm sort of a gym junkie and I like trying out new gyms. Classic Iron Fitness is the place to go. So tell us a little bit about how you got started with this, Chris.
Well, actually, it's me and my best friend, Jason. We were workout partners way back like 30 years ago when we were in the Navy. And he kept going to the gym. He's huge, kind of looks like you. I quit going to the gym, got fat, coached all my kids' sports teams. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I got back in the gym, started going to different gyms, loved going to different gyms, really enjoyed the flavor of locally owned gyms. Because I tried a lot of gyms when I was trying to lose weight and stop being fat and never stuck to it. And then I found some locally owned gyms who became like a family, and I stuck with it. And then during COVID, a lot of those gyms really struggled, and they've done so much for us that we wanted to do whatever we could to help promote them and give back. So we thought, well, since it's so hard to find them a lot of times, like you can do a Google search in your area and not even find some of these really awesome locally owned gyms. And so we thought we'd do whatever you could to help people find them. And Jason travels a lot for his job. I like to travel a lot in the summer. So we like to find cool gyms, and we thought we'd help other people find them too.
That's a really, really, really neat thing to do. Believe me, I've been through various phases. I'm in my bodybuilding phase now, but I was fat years ago. I've been in and out of the gym, and you know, some career and kids and stuff takes priority sometimes. But I just kind of got back into the gym recently. But yeah, I'm going to show people your page here. It's really neat, some of the stuff you do. Like you go through each, you know, so here's the golds here in Northern Virginia. Let's find, I think you guys were at the shop recently. Here we go.
Shops.
Yeah, and the shop is where I go, and it's just a neat locally owned gym. It's one of those ones that you might miss, although it seems like all the bodybuilders and powerlifters in this area know about it. But you write a nice little synopsis about what the shop is about, and you go through and rate each thing.
Yeah, we started. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
We started giving a designation to gyms because you can't rate a fitness center against a bodybuilding gym versus a powerlifting gym. So the second slide is always whether it's a fitness center, a bodybuilding gym, or a powerlifting gym. And then we give day passes, weekly passes, and then staying with monthly rate. And then we rate everything on plates instead of stars because that just makes sense.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, the shop is a very neat gym. I've been there for a while. Great for bodybuilding. It's great atmosphere, bodybuilding and powerlifting. But yeah, and you missed out on all the new equipment too. They just brought in a bunch more stuff here last week. Yeah, a bunch of Panana and
Panana is so awesome.
Yeah, they got a bunch of Panana stuff that's really, really nice. I know that stuff's crazy expensive. Panana and Atlantis, they brought in a bunch of new Panana and Atlantis equipment. But this is really neat how you do this, and you go through and take pictures of everything. Just really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, we always try to show at least a video of us working out at the gym. Not that anyone needs to see us working out, but just to prove that like we're not just driving by, we're actually going to gyms, and we don't review any gym we haven't actually worked out at.
Well, I can attest that you were there. I saw you. We met. And then you have the color coding too for the different regions. That's pretty neat too.
Yeah, so people can find like where by the end of this year, or hopefully by the summer, we're going to have a website up. So because right now, like the first gym, one of the first gyms we reviewed was Bev Francis Powerhouse in Long Island, New York, which is honestly one of the best gyms on the East Coast.
I mean, it's
But to
infamous.
find that gym on our Instagram page, you have to scroll through now what's 110, I think, reviews. So hopefully
Man,
once
you
we
should
get our website up this summer, it'll be a lot easier to find our reviews.
man, you should start a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, YouTube's where it's at right now. The people would eat this up on YouTube if you went in and just did had a video crew with you, or just even videoed it yourself. People would eat this up. Yeah, you have the color code chart, and then and have nice little explanations here of how everything works. I see. This is pretty neat. This is pretty straightforward and really, 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 really cool. You guys have a ton of reviews up too.
Yeah, and we just started last April.
My God, how many gyms have you been to?
I've probably been to 80 gyms myself in the last year.
That's nuts. That's awesome.
And in 2 weeks, I'm flying out to Kansas City where Jason is, and we're going to drive up to Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and then Omaha and Lincoln. So we're going to hit those 4 cities like back to back to back.
What's been your favorite gym so far you've hit?
Overall, my favorite gym has probably been DMV Iron.
Yeah, DMV has some neat stuff.
Just because I'm a junkie for those that I'm an atmosphere guy. In order for me to love a gym, it has to have a great atmosphere. DMV has an amazing atmosphere, but I'm also more of a junkie for those high-end, brand new. Don't get me wrong, I love the old school equipment, but DMV has a lot of this brand new stuff from Atlantis and Panada and Arsenal and some of the pendulum stuff and stuff you just don't see everywhere. And it's just such an amazing experience going there. Now, that being said, if you've never been to Madhouse Gym in Atlanta, that place is an experience. I went there to do back, and they probably have 80 pieces of back equipment. Like, I would say that was my favorite gym, except the fact that it was just almost overwhelming, the amount of equipment that they have.
It's a Madhouse in Atlanta. I'm trying to find that one here.
It would be in Orange, pretty far down.
Yeah. There's a God, I can't remember the name of it. There is a famous gym in Chicago that is supposed to have just like an incredible collection of equipment. God,
Quads?
I can't remember the name. What's that?
Quads?
Yeah, quads.
Quads is on my list of gyms to try to get through this summer.
Yeah, I've heard quads is like if you're a gym junkie, you got to go to quads.
Yeah, quads is supposed to be good. I'm hoping to get there this summer. I'd love to get to Matt Wedding's gym in Columbus, Ohio this summer.
Yeah, I've heard that one's great too.
Yeah.
I think is Elite FTS, is that one in Columbus as well? I think so.
Yeah.
That's Dave Tate's gym.
Yeah. And then like I did a trip to Nashville between Christmas and New Year's. I got to go to Brandon Curry's gym.
Oh, I didn't know he had one.
Well, he has an office there and he works out there. I think he's part of the ownership group. I don't know if he technically owns the gym. Yeah, that's Madhouse. Madhouse is, I walked around there for about 10 minutes just not even knowing where to start. And one of the guys who probably works out there all the time was just like, dude, you just got to pick something. He's like, I know it's overwhelming, but.
See, this is one of those places that you would probably just walk right past and not even know it was there.
Yeah, because it's in an old grocery store, like a huge old grocery store.
Man, they got stuff like crammed in together. Look at that. There's like no space between anything. That's crazy.
And I love like old school equipment. and you rarely find chain driven equipment, and they had like 8 pieces of chain driven back equipment that I used. Like,
yeah, the old Nautilus stuff.
yeah, they had, and those like the lap pullovers
Mm-hmm.
that you see rarely, occasionally you'll see one in a gym. They had 6 different ones.
Yeah, that was Dorian Yates's favorite. I actually, when I was in college, I worked as a personal trainer. I started off working at a Nautilus gym. I worked there for 4 years. I think I started my senior year in high school, and then I worked through college while I was in college, and we had to learn the Arthur Jones method and
Oh yeah,
worked with all that old Nautilus equipment. And I don't even think Nautilus is around anymore, are they? I think they're gone.
no, but like I was in a gym in Nashville, Quantum, and I was like, I had to ask them because it looked like they had all brand new Nautilus equipment in there, and I'm like, how can this be? But they had bought an entire line of old used Nautilus equipment and had it repowder coated, had it
That's
completely
really cool.
redone, and it looked like brand new Nautilus equipment. It was amazing.
And where was that at?
In Nashville.
That's really cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
would
was
bring back
a cool little
that
gym.
would that would bring
Little
back some memories. What was the name of that gym?
It was Quantum. It was
Quantum.
QT. Yeah, they go by like a 4-letter acronym, but it's Quantum. Oh
Yep,
yeah, QTMN.
I found it. Here it is. Yep, here they are.
Yeah. So it's a more of a fitness center because the whole upstairs is all about like cardio and stuff like that, but downstairs it's all like completely redone old Nautilus equipment.
Yeah, I see the Nautilus stuff. That is really cool, man.
And it looks brand new.
Yeah, look at that. That is cool as shit.
Like it's got leather on the seats, and like even the handles. I don't even know how they got those handles look like that.
That is somebody who loves gym equipment that did that.
Yeah. It took a lot of like time and effort and like care to make an old piece of Nautilus equipment look like that.
That is really, really neat, man. What are some other gyms you've been to that you really liked?
Well, I love atmosphere because I feel like, having lots of equipment is cool, but even when you don't have lots of equipment, if you walk into a gym and you're like, this is a badass feel, you just get a really good workout. And I was at a gym in Baltimore called Grind, which is actually in the down in the Inner Harbor area. It's like above the Hard Rock Cafe. So you're on like the 3rd floor above the Hard Rock Cafe, and all the windows look out to the Inner Harbor. But the really cool thing is up above, because it's such a unique gym, up above, there are these huge giant posters of all their trainers and people who go there and work out all the time, like working out at the gym. So you see all of these like really like awesome people like really going hard at the gym that you're at.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it just created a really cool atmosphere. And then it's a really small gym, Iron Heritage, down by King's Dominion. And it's really small. It's in like a little like strip mall, like downtown area. But I was there in the morning. The owner, who's a bodybuilder, she was there working out while I was there. They had a really cool atmosphere. It was a good little gym, and they had a lot of like really cool old equipment you don't see anywhere else. I love going to a gym and being able to use equipment that I can't use anywhere else.
Have you been to RVA in Richmond? I've heard
RVA is really cool. I didn't get a chance to meet Brandon. Brandon seems like a really quality owner.
Here you got RVA right here.
Yeah, RVA is a really nice gym.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them too.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
It's almost like DMV. It's just a little bit smaller, but it's kind of on the same sort of philosophy as DMV. Really well organized. That's the other thing is like, so we judge gyms on organization. Like you can go to gyms and and they can have great equipment, but if you can't find it because it's disorganized, what's the point?
Yeah, no, you're right. I think everything, or I feel like everything at the shop is fairly well organized. I've been to DMV.
Really well organized.
I've been to DMV a few times. Everything there is very well organized as well.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the new location yet.
I have not either. That's on my list of things to do in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's in Falls Church, I believe, or by the Eden Center, I think.
Yeah, it's in like a strip mall behind. It's in the back of a strip mall.
Yep. Yeah, I believe it's there. I mean, the other one in Alexandria is kind of like in an industrial park.
Yeah, well, that's one of our philosophies. Like, if you're driving to a gym and you're wondering where you're going, or if you're actually safe where you're going, it's probably gonna be a really good gym.
Then it's a good gym.
Yeah.
Going down to the back alley. The first gym I remember working out, I started lifting when I was in high school. And I don't even think it's around anymore. It was this place out in Winchester. I grew up out in Winchester, Virginia, but it was called The Jungle. And some people from there would probably remember it, but it was just this hardcore powerlifting gym.
Oh, nice.
And it was like a club. You literally had to like apply to get into it, but it was it was a really neat place to work out.
There's a powerlifting gym in Calvert County called Silverback that's like that. Like, you have to be a member. I think they screen their members. Like, they're very selective about who gets to work out there because it's such a cool atmosphere. The owner is a veteran, and I spoke to him, and he was just like, I missed that camaraderie I had when I was in the military, and I just wanted to create that kind of an environment around powerlifting. And he created this gym and did a great job at it. And while it's a private gym like that, he still let me come down and get in a workout, and so I could post up a review for them. It was a cool little atmosphere there.
Well, this is a neat thing that you guys are doing. I really appreciate that somebody is doing this. I've been traveling a fair amount lately, and it's nice to know, like, I have no idea where to go when I go to a new town. I just kind of ask around in, kind of my bodybuilding community or friends. I'll ask around where's a good place to go, but this is really cool.
Yeah, it started out as like a hobby, and it's become more of a passion project. So we're enjoying.
I'm telling you, make some YouTube videos. It would be a hit. It would be a smash.
That is our goal, is to do whatever we can to make sure more people find these gyms. And to us, it's more about like helping people find these gyms than it is about us.
That's really cool. Well, man, I'm going to post this up, and I'm going to put your information on my Instagram page, and I'll also put it up on the video link here so people can find you guys. And for everybody who follows my channel, check Classic Iron Fitness out if you want to find a cool gym to go to in your area.
Just come follow us. We got a bunch of new reviews coming up. We're going to start posting probably at least 2 a week. We think we can keep up that pace for the rest of the year. So if you want to keep seeing great gyms, just come check us out.
That's an awesome thing you're doing for the weightlifting community. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on, man. This was really awesome. And guys, go check out Classic Iron Fitness. And I appreciate each and every one of you following. Thank you very much. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.